purpose of this movie is to show creating context, but this time using an image file. So I'm going to cancel out of creating the mask, because what I want to do is I want to switch to the 2D site view. Then I'm going to go to the application menu and I'm going to say import, this time an image. Looking for my images, I can go to my folder with my files and I'm going to look for an image of this site. Let's change this to say extra large, just so you get an idea. So the kind of way you might use it would be if you had for example, a scanned image of the site that you want to work on. You can bring it in and place it in the model just like that. But you don't know what size it is, so that you've got to make some changes. Let me use the other example here. So if I had a known distance in here, say from corner to corner of the building or something, I could scale my image. I'm going to show you it using another example, which is I'm going to bring in another image file. And in this example, the kind of a preliminary scheme has been laid out and scanned, but on that sheet there is actually a scale to say that the distance from this point to that point is 90 feet. So what I would do is I'd be careful to select the image. I can see it's selected in my properties box here. I then go to the scale tool, and I'm doing this graphically. Graphically, what it means is I give point 1 and point 2 to define the distance on the raster image. So click and click is the distance on the image, and then the next point that I give is the actual size in real life, the 90 feet that I want those 2 points to actually measure as in my project. So when we're click and it scales up the image, and that's the site, but with, I'll just delete that old one. That's the site at the life size, or close to life size. It is an approximation based on, scanning an image, but that would give me something I could work with. I'll just drag it and move it up here a bit. So a problem you might run into at the moment is that when I switch to 3D, I don't see the image, because currently that's the way the product works. We don't know what the future holds for that. The way I can get around this very quickly is just to maybe create some model lines. So looking at my project here, what I might say is if I want to model, say, the buildings that are represented down on this corner of the site, it might be useful for me to drop in some model lines. I really am just eyeballing this to help me position this on the site. I won't do much more than that. I just wanted to show you the principle of creating, I don't know if to show them, creating model lines so that you can see them at any point in the model, and that establishes the context of your drawing, your project. Let me leave it at that. We'll do this again in a little more detail when we get to the actually reproducing the project itself.